Alright, hello everyone. Darkside Phil here and welcome to the weekend preview. Tonight is March 1st, 2015. I've got a ton of stuff to talk about in this video, so I hope that you guys will be patient with me as this is a very important special week, a first week ever when it comes to some things. All really hinging and dependent on what happens with my Patreon. For those of you who don't know, it was about a week and a half ago when I officially launched my Patreon account for Darkside Phil. And what this is a cooperative kind of a deal between you and I that many of my viewers, in fact, over 100 people, pledged to my Patreon for the month of March. And we are currently in the process of this being processed and charged. Basically, the way it works is 106 people pledged to me for the month of March, and Patreon is going to take a certain number of days to charge everyone and have that go through and clear. Unfortunately, I just did some research. I found out it could take 72 hours or longer for everyone to be going through. In fact, it's been almost 18 hours since the deadline for March, and only 11 people have been charged out of the 106. Yeah, I know, it doesn't seem too efficient, does it? So, here's the deal. Once everyone is charged, once everything is cleared later this week, I'm going to be personally going through everyone who pledged to my Patreon. I'm going to be enabling their perks, whether that means getting premium forum access on thekingofhate.com, whether that means preparing a bunch of the Project 7 t-shirts to be mailed out, whether that actually means me preparing to get send you a message and ask for special instructions on a Q&A video that you guys are going to have personally made, depending on what level people pledged on the Patreon, alright? But in addition to that, once that's determined, we'll be able to see what was the total amount hit for the month. Did we hit the 3 goals that were in place? And if we do, then I can add those into my schedule for March. What were the goals? Number 1, a weekly session where I actually play Minecraft after years and years and years of me having misconceptions about this game, of me hearing about how popular this game was and staying away from it because I said it didn't seem like my cup of tea. But despite all that, after years, people asking me to try it eventually, I said this would be the great inaugural event for Patreon where I will get back to you guys and say, even though all these years I've avoided it, you've asked for it enough, you'll have it, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, a special patron-voted playthrough. This is probably going to end up being a game that's outside of my comfort zone or is something that people have wanted to see me play for years and I just avoided it for whatever reason. That's going to be coming up. And then the biggest goal level was an 8-hour mini marathon where I'm going to be playing indie games, the kind of games that people ask about all the time. Hotline Miami, Binding of Isaac, all that kind of stuff that I never play. And people are saying they want to see me experience them. And I said, I will do a marathon for you guys. It'll be a great, huge event. The first time I've ever done anything like that on stream. And that'll be coming too if we hit those goals. So I want everyone to understand. I would love if this thing had immediately went into effect like that. I would have immediately said, let's start planning out everything all month. Immediately, you guys would have had forum access. I've already got the forums set up and ready to go. Thanks to the webmaster, the mighty Onyx, who already did all this work ahead of time. We just need the information, and the information isn't going to be available for probably 2 to 3 days after I make this video. So when it's available, I will let everyone know. The best way to be ready for this is number 1, at They Call Me DSP on Twitter. I will be giving everyone the biggest update on when that goes into effect. And number 2, if you did pledge to my Patreon, be available with your email and or messaging system on Patreon. I'm not sure exactly how it works. When I get a PM on Patreon, I also get an email. I don't know if you guys set that up that way or not, but I will be messaging you guys in category levels for each perk to let you know what's going on with each one and any information that I need from you. In particular, if you pledge $5 or more, you're going to get that premium forum access, and I'm going to need to know what your account is on the kingofhate.com forum so we can give it that access and upgrade it, okay? Now, for those of you who didn't pledge to Patreon, you might be like, I don't care about any of this. And that's cool, you know. I completely understand that there are people who don't think that, you know, investing the money into my ongoing efforts to do what I do is a big deal. And there's also people who just can't afford it or say, I would like to do it, but I can't do it right now. And that's perfectly fine. I want you guys to understand something. the content is not going to dry up or end. Nothing is going to be hidden behind a paywall. Anything that we're doing that's Patreon related is for everyone, not just for the patrons. So all those events that I just mentioned, those goals, if we did hit them, those are going to be public and for you guys on day one. It's not like they get advanced access or anything. There's no paywall hiding here. I think that was a misconception. People on Twitter have been like, Phil's talking about Patreon a lot, but he's not really, I don't care about that because I didn't contribute, so it doesn't affect me. No, it really does. You're going to get to see all this cool stuff too. Okay? So, all that being said, it is going to affect my schedule this week definitively, and I'm about to explain why. So we're about to get into the weekend preview and explain exactly what you should expect in the next few days. So, today, I did a long stream of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. Now, I've been playing this game for over 2 weeks. Over 100 parts, and the thing is, unlike my old videos where it used to be 8 to 10 minutes a video, a lot of the videos in this playthrough are 15 to 20 minutes long, some are 40 minutes long, so if you actually add it up, it's probably typically like a 150 part playthrough, if not longer, of a game that I would normally play. I've been playing the hell out of this game. And not to say that I don't like it, I do, I love it, I've been having a lot of fun with it. There were some frustrations, today in particular there was a frustrating part with the boss that I did not enjoy, but for the most part I really like the game and that's why I'm sticking with it. So, I'm near the end game. At this point, people are saying you've done everything except the side content. You could go to the end of the game and beat it within a half an hour, or you could take your time and walk around and try to find the remaining masks you haven't found yet, and that will extend the playthrough a little bit, but it's up to me. I'm thinking about what I want to do, because I definitely want to beat the game this week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks, over 2 weeks for a playthrough. A lot of people, there are people who are sticking with it and are watching the whole thing, but people want to see me move on to something else. Unfortunately, this poor game over here has fallen by the wayside. I've wanted to play Kirby now for over a week. I picked it up, and I'm like, damn, I really have an inkling to play Kirby. It looks really good. I've actually seen it at my local supermarket. They have it on demo in the electronics section. Every time I'm like, damn, I want to get to it. And it's just because I have these ongoing playthroughs, I haven't been able to get to it. I would love to finish Zelda at some point this week and jump into Kirby. I'm going to make the decision over the next 2 days of what I want to do with Zelda. Either I'm going to just end it on the next stream, or I may go on almost like a speed run of me trying to go around and get the remaining masks, okay? People have given me, someone already sent me this really in-depth email on how to get the rest of the masks, and it may be just a run to try to get them quickly. No, it's not going to be me stumbling around trying to find them because they're very cryptic. So the guy even said, you'll never figure some of this stuff out unless you actually, have a guide to tell you how to do it. So I may do that or I may not. I'm going to see how things progress with the week. So let's get to the schedule now. I just wanted to let everyone know what's going on with Majora's Mask. Tonight, the weekend preview. Immediately following me uploading this, I'm actually going to be working on the Best of February 2015 montage. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It was 1 month ago, at the end of January, when I did the Best of January montage, and that was my very first monthly montage ever. This month, we've got a ton of games that were encompassed in this one, just off the top of my head, right? We had Dying Light, Life is Strange, Resident Evil Revelations 2, Episode 1. We had Dragon Ball Xenoverse. We had The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. We had Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I'm probably forgetting a few. In fact, I'm looking up. Yeah, that's right. Evolve. We had Evolve and the Order 1886. So that's a lot of content, a lot of games there to span the course of this month that I'm going to be going through and picking my favorite moments. I want you guys to understand the montage is going to probably repeat some of the stuff in games that I've done montages already for. So for example, Dying Light, Evolve, and The Order, I've already done special montages for. Chances are this montage will have some of those, but not all of those moments, because it's not going to be as in-depth. It'll probably have a few really cool, funny, or rage-filled moments from each game that I played this month, alright? So that's going to be coming out soon. I'm going to work on that tonight, okay? I'm not going to finish it tonight. I'm going to work on that tonight. Tomorrow, Monday, March 2nd, Dragon Ball Xenoverse returns on first stream. Now, unfortunately, the last time I played this game, I found a startling issue with the game. Once you get near the end game, it's almost impossible to beat the side content without grinding like crazy. And what I mean by that is you need to do the lower level side content missions over and over and over in order to unlock tons of new abilities, to unlock lots of extra levels to get on and beat the next levels, because the AI in the game is appallingly bad. The AI in the game is terrible. Your AI teammates, once you reach this point, die almost instantly and are really no effing help at all. They do almost nothing for you. So unfortunately, what I was forced to do is team up with people online, which, some people will say, well, that's a crutch. Phil's kind of getting help. Yeah, it's true, but there was no other way to progress. I couldn't do the side content last time I played because it was too difficult and the AI wasn't helping. Now, people, well, why does it feel grind? Well, because this isn't 2012 anymore, and I live in a house with my girlfriend. I don't have all this extra free time. I don't live alone to be sitting here grinding off camera anymore. I used to have that. I don't have that anymore. So no, I'm not going to be grinding the same missions over and over and over for the sake of this playthrough of Dragon Ball. Why are you grinding in a Dragon Ball game? Just to put that out there. Why are you doing that? It's really silly. It's a dumb game mechanic. So that being said, when I play Dragon Ball tomorrow, I'm thinking of focusing primarily on the story until I reach a roadblock. Maybe I'll get to a story boss that's really effing tough. Then I'll jump back into the side content with more random people to beat a few more levels, gain a few more levels until I can beat the game. And that's the approach I'm going to take. Do story till I can't do it anymore. Do side content with viewers, fans, until I can't anymore, or until it gets boring, and then go back to the story and beat it. So chances are, within 1 to 2 more streams of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, I'm going to have the game completed, okay? And at some point this week, I would like to do a review. I hope I have a chance to do it. But once I tell you all the stuff that's happening this week, you may be like, oh shit, okay? So I'm going to try to, do a really solid stream of Dragon Ball Xenoverse for you guys on Monday. We'll see how it goes, and we'll plan out, the rest of that playthrough from there. Monday night, there will not be a second gaming stream because I'm going to work on and hopefully complete the best of February 2015 montage that night, and I'd like to release it. So for those of you who have been enjoying my montages so far, I hope that you'll check it out. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. The views on every montage I've done have gone down. The first January best of montage had like over 20-something thousand views. Then I did Dying Light. I believe that eventually got to almost 20,000. Then I did Evolve, and that did okay. It was like mid-teen thousands. And then we've got the Order 1886, which is now a week old. I really think that's the best edited video I've ever done. I actually did all these special effects and this segment with all this old-timey kind of graphics and stuff. And the people who've watched it said they love it. But it's weird that I've only been doing these montages for a month, and the viewers are going like this. The feedback's like this. Oh, excellent. Keep doing it. And the views are like this. So I hope that you guys will give it a chance. I'm putting all this time and effort. I'm foregoing 2 gameplay streams to put this montage together for you. I hope you'll check it out and you'll watch it and you'll spread the word if you like it. Again, it's all on you guys because I have no real way to spread the word about my stuff anymore. Anything I say just goes out into fluff. You guys can say, well, did you know Phil's editing videos now? And he's doing these cool montages rather than just the raw gameplay he used to, and you should check these out. And that'll get a few more people and a few more people, and eventually maybe it'll get popular, right? So please spread the word if you like the montages, all right? So that's going to be released tomorrow night. Tuesday, we've got episode 2 of Resident Evil Revelations 2. Now, this was actually a really great game that I played last week. I didn't have a chance to review it or anything. All I did was give a few comments on Twitter basically saying I really liked Resident Evil Revelations 2. I thought episode 1 was outstanding. Was it groundbreakingly amazing graphics? No. Was it really amazing, I can't believe how great and new this gameplay is? No, but if you like Resident Evil, you're going to love Resident Evil Revelations 2. It's the same kind of gameplay as, say, Resident Evil 4 versus more run and gunny like 6. It really isn't that much action-based. There's less enemies. It's more about asset management, resource management. I kept running out of ammo, which was pretty crazy. And it was really good in my opinion. A lot of people have panned this game saying, oh, it doesn't look so good, and it's not really groundbreaking. It's like, but it's a massive cross-console port. 4 different consoles have this game. Of course, they couldn't make it amazing on this console and shitty on another. They had to kind of find a middle ground, which I kind of expected. It's a $25 game. It's not a $60 retail game. So obviously, there's production value that was taken out of it. For what it is, it was amazing. And I'm very much looking forward to episode 2. So episode 2 comes out this Tuesday. I'm doing that on my first gameplay stream. I was actually surprised because when I played episode 1, people were telling me, oh, it's 90 minutes long. It was over 3 hours for me. I was looking around for all the hidden symbols and the collectibles and the items. I was reading all the dialogue logs and stuff that I found to get backstory, and it took me over 3 hours to beat it. I actually ran late on my stream rather than I thought I was going to end early, so I don't know what people were telling me. I guess they had rushed through it. You should not rush through it. It's really good if you take your time, you immerse yourself in the atmosphere. I liked it. I'm really looking forward to episode 2 this coming Tuesday, okay? Tuesday night will be The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, and dependent on what I decide today and tomorrow, what I want to do with the rest of this playthrough, either the game will complete on Tuesday night, or it will be the mask hunt, where basically it'll be the final time when I go looking for all the masks in the game, okay? Wednesday, Dragon Ball Xenoverse on first stream. Whether or not that's going to be the final Xenoverse stream depends on how far I got in the story, and if I was able to finish the game and progress, or if I had to stop and do more side content and it took up the time and I didn't get as far as I would like. But it may be the final stream. We'll have to see how far I've gotten in the game. Second stream on Wednesday night, again, will be Zelda, depending on if I beat it on Tuesday, okay? Now, in any case, let's say by some freak of nature, I beat Xenoverse on Monday and I beat Zelda on Tuesday, then Wednesday will actually finally start Kirby, all right? Which I've been waiting for. I really wanted to get into this game, and it's been such a long wait. I'm very much looking forward to getting into it, all right? Thursday. Now, this is the big different. It's different than normal, and I want to get this out there for everyone so everyone is understanding what exactly is going on. This Thursday, there will be no gameplay and no streaming. And it's not that I'm not going to be working. I'm actually going to be working all day long. It's just not gameplay. Here's all the stuff I need to try to get done on Thursday. Good luck if I get it all done. We're going to have to see. Number one, hopefully I'm hoping all the Patreon pledges have gone through by that point, and I want to compile a listing of the contact information, email addresses of everyone who has gotten a perk that I need to contact them or get stuff for them. So, for example, if they got the better forum level, I need to get that to my webmaster so he can get them all signed in and up to speed on their forums, right? If they get a t-shirt, which we have over 20 people who pledged enough to get a Project 7 t-shirt. So I need to contact all those people and say, here's what's available, here's the sizes, let me know what you want. Get those t-shirts hopefully packed up and you know, mailed. And I don't know how long that's going to take. Maybe I'll only be able to get the information from some people and not others. I don't know how fast that's going to be. The videos, I have these private videos that I'm going to be making for, I think it's about 10 people who pledged enough to get their private videos. So I need to get the questions from them, first of all, once the Patreon clears. And then I need to make the video. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time on Thursday probably making these private videos for the people. In addition to all of that, my taxes are coming up. Taxes are due in early April. And that means I have to file my taxes. And as you guys know, I've been just so incredibly busy between the launch of the Patreon, business as usual, making montages, selling my statues. There's so much going on that I haven't had really a chance to even sit down and look at my taxes. What I need to do is dig in my closet and find all my tax records from last year, all my receipts and everything is from 2015, and put it together, 2014, to put it together, make a spreadsheet, and send it off to my accountant. And that's very important that I get that done, because I need to know what I owe coming April, especially with all this, you know, hopefully the Patreon money clearing, so I can actually pay my taxes in April. Now, that's only a few of the things I'm going to be doing on Thursday, but you get the drift. Now that I'm doing these things, these different things out of the norm of me just playing games all day, every day, you got all this behind-the-scenes stuff that's happening, and so I am taking Thursday off from live streaming and gameplay. You won't see either of those on Thursday. But Friday, I'm coming back, and I am going to do everyone a solid, and I'm going to just assume that nothing goes wrong with the Patreon donations, right? That everything goes through, and that no matter what, we're going to hit our first goal, which was $500 of funding for the month of March. Our first goal was that I play Minecraft for the first time. And as I said, I know people saying, oh, but Phil, you've never played it, and oh, it's so hypocritical that Phil would play, only people pledge and all this. Listen, the whole thing with Patreon is that people are funding to see stuff that they've never seen before. And you have to think, what are the things that Phil's never done? It's few and far between the things I've never done. I play almost every major game. I do every genre of game. I'm different from the other people who use Patreon who are like, oh, if you have $500, I'll answer fan questions. It's like, but I've done that since day one. So it's not a goal that I could really do. I had to find unique goals that I haven't done before, and Minecraft was like the no-brainer. So starting this Friday, the first stream this Friday will be Minecraft. For the very first time, I'll be playing it, by the way, on PC. A lot of people have been speculating, what is Phil going to play Minecraft on? I'm going to do it on PC for two reasons, okay? Number one, because that's the definitive version of the game. That's the version of the game that came out first, right? That's the one that most people played on before it got ported to everything under the sun. So it just makes sense to play on the original version. Number two, that's the version that has the most mods. There's like insane amounts of mods for this game with all kinds of crazy content and stuff over the years that the game has existed. And so with the continuation of this series, keep in mind this is a 4-week event. It's not just a one time. I'm playing it once a week for 4 weeks per the goal. That was the goal, is that I would do it 4 times. Then I need to maybe do some other stuff and variety and stuff coming up. So I'm going to be doing it on the PC this Friday first stream. How's it going to work? This week, in particular, since it's the very first time I'm ever playing the game and I don't understand anything about it whatsoever and I've never seen it, I'm going to be playing it cold by myself solo. Now, a lot of people have said, but that's not fair. That's not fun. Phil would never play the game. He's not going to be playing with others. He's not going to be doing mod. That's not fun. Listen, it's not that I'm not going to eventually be doing that. I have 3 other sessions of this game scheduled for this month, but for this first particular one, I want to experience it like raw, unadulterated, no one in there doing crazy shit, and you know, all kinds of... I want to experience the plain vanilla game for myself to see what was this game that is such a phenomenon that caught on with so many millions of people worldwide that it's like the #1 game. When you talk about video games, oh, you're talking about Minecraft? No, I'm talking about video games. Minecraft? There's like people who associate it as games. Just like back in the 80s and 90s, it used to be like Super Mario or Nintendo equaled video games. Now Minecraft seems to be the equator of video games to millions of people worldwide. So I want to experience it for myself, and that's the fair way to do it rather than me having all people involved and all these things. Now, once this first session happens, okay, then after, you know, that first session, people say, well, that was cool to see Phil do it plain vanilla, but we'd really like to see him do this because this is a cool thing in Minecraft that he'll really enjoy, or it might be a cool playthrough, or we'd really like to see him do co-op and this and this. Then people can start to give me suggestions, and then I will accept those suggestions and we'll find something creative to do every week for the next, you know, 3 weeks after that for the 3 more sessions of Minecraft that I'll be playing per that goal being hit on Patreon. Now, unless there's some freak of nature, I mean, I can't imagine that the amount of people that pledged, that so many of them, their pledges don't go through. I mean, that'd be insane. I have to think that at least the lowest level goal is going to be hit, okay? So that's going to be the first stream on this Friday. And the second stream will probably be Kirby. If not, it'll be whatever game I'm still playing. Usually Dragon Ball or Zelda. I can't imagine it going that long, though. But Kirby, okay? Or there's a possibility that maybe I'll take the second stream to start working on something. Like, for example, the review of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Maybe what I'll actually do is I'll record the review and I'll edit it and I'll have that out. It all depends. It depends on the timing and everything that's going on this week. And this is the difficulty I'm finding, is that now everyone wants me to do these cool new creative things, but that means that I can't get through games, right? That's what the problem is right now. If I hadn't taken the time to do these montages, to put the video footage into the review of the Order 1886 like I did last time, I would have had more time to play Zelda. I probably would have been done with it already. And so that's the thing. Limited amount of time, limited amount of resources. I'm only one man, unlike most other YouTubers, you know, who have these big successful channels. I'm only one person doing it. I don't have anyone helping me. And, you know, I'm doing the best I can. I hope you guys appreciate that. I'm trying to, you know, staying positive. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. But it's a lot of freaking work. And I hope that you guys are appreciating the work that I'm putting into it and the changes that have been implemented so far this year. Saturday and Sunday this weekend are going to be solely dependent on what happens with everything during the week. More than likely, it's going to be me doing Kirby and the Rainbow Curse and maybe doing one little thing here or there. Now, you may be saying, well, Phil, what if the other Patreon goals got hit? What if, you know, it does say that your $750 goal of financing of the fan-voted, or not the fan, I'm sorry, the patron-voted playthrough, when is that going to happen? Well, that can't happen until the pledges go through and I have everyone signed up on the forums, right? Because then you can't vote until you're in the special section. You can't even nominate a game. So that can't happen this week. There's just no way. So what will happen is near the middle to end of this week, I'll be contacting everyone, and once everyone's in there, then I'll say, okay, let's start nominating, let's start posting, let's start voting, and within a week or two, hopefully we'll have a game that's been nominated, and maybe by the end of the month we could start playing it, okay? In addition, that marathon, the marathon of indie games, that's going to be an 8-hour mini marathon with limited commercial interruption, limited breaks, no commercial interruption, because I don't run commercials anymore. I don't even know why I said that. But, that is going to happen later on in the month, simply because, again, we need to make sure that that's hit, that goal, and I need to plan out, gee, what games is it going to be, and how am I going to do it, because I have to coordinate. It has to be a special day where we're not going to eat dinner at the right time, and we're going to be doing things out of the ordinary. So it's probably going to be later on in the month at some point. I will let you guys know exactly when once we get to that point, all right? But just to give you guys some perspective, next week, not this week that this video is about, next week, let's listen to what comes out next week. Where do you get ready for this? Resident Evil Revelations Episode 3, of course. We know Episode 3, there's one a week, right? So Episode 3 is coming out that week. The very first, The Evil Within DLC, which people have been waiting for. It's supposed to be the perspective of the partner of the main character of The Evil Within. That partner who kind of was the mysterious character through the whole game. You didn't know who she was really working for. Was she really working for the police or someone else? Some other government agency you don't know. And this is supposed to answer all those questions. And finally, it's coming out that week. And I definitely want to check that out. And Grand Theft Auto 5 Heists. Finally! after a year and a half, over a year and a half, Grand Theft Auto 5 heists are being released, and I absolutely want to spend a lot of time that week with people online trying to figure out these heists and doing them. I think it's going to be a blast, especially now that I have the game on PS4, right? It's going to be really cool, something special, now that I have it on PS4. So I'm very much looking forward to that, and that's going to be that week, so it's like, I need to play Kirby, man. I really need to get into this game and try to play it before all that starts happening, and then I get caught up with that stuff, and then we got the ongoing Minecraft and everything else. So it's going to be a crazy busy month. It's literally the opposite of what I thought it was going to be. When I first looked at my calendar for March, it was like the first 2 weeks have nothing, and then there's some limited releases, you know, Bloodborne being the biggest release this month, but some limited releases for the month going into the end of the month. And now all of a sudden it's like, because Patreon took off and because of all these DLCs and everything, everything's exploding, and I'm like, damn, this month is going to be insanely packed with content for you guys. So that is it for the schedule and the gaming related stuff. I do want to do a little plug here at the end of the video, thanks to those of you who watched this far. A little bit of cross promotion. This past Friday, my girlfriend Leanna actually launched her own business. That's right, she actually owns the business. It's a registered business. It has an official, you know, everything is official about this business. It is a handmade soaps and handmade wax tart business. And she has her own Etsy shop, which launched on Friday. She's already got a handful of orders, which is awesome. We didn't expect that. But some people who have been watching, you know, my Twitter account, I announced it on Twitter. They went and checked it out and ordered a few things. And, you know, got a few family members that ordered a few things. So it'd be awesome if you guys are interested in that kind of a niche. I know that most of the people who watch my content will not give a crap. And that's fully fine, but this is a business. It's operating out of my own house. I have investment in it. I'm helping her with it, and, you know, she's put a ton of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears over the past several months setting this up. She didn't even give really a peep or a hint that she was going to be doing this to the public until it was ready to go, and it is ready to go. Let me tell you, the amount of inventory she has ready to go, and she's got everything planned out, and I'm proud of her, and I really want to see her succeed. So now the plug, the gratuitous plug, if you go to etsy.com/shop/theblackcurrant, I'll actually put a link in the description of this video. You can check out her online shop, and if you just give it a look, that's awesome, all right? But it would be nice if a few people, wow, I have a girlfriend, or I have a sister, or a mother, grandmother who might be into this stuff, or, you know, if you are, you know, a female who's into that kind of stuff, and I'm not saying that only females are into it, but let's face it, the majority of people who are going to go buy a handmade soap or maybe a wax art is probably of the female persuasion, or they're thinking about giving it as a gift, right? So check it out and, you know, give it a look, and maybe if you feel like it, place an order. That would be awesome. A lot of people say, gee, Phil, how do I support you? Well, at this point, now it's just out of control. Watch my videos. Spread the word about my videos. Let people know that my stuff's improved this year. You can pledge to my Patreon, or you can check out Leanna's The Black Current shop and maybe order a few products. So there's a ridiculous amount of ways that you could support me throughout buying stuff, pledging, watching. I mean, thank you very much, everyone. This year, a lot of people, I feel, are telling me, they're telling me, not that I feel, they're telling me, Phil, you have turned around. Like, you were really negative in the year of 2014, probably because you were stressed out about moving across the country, and you get caught up with all the negativity and all the nonsense that was happening on Twitter and all that. And instead of being fed up and being a negative jerk about it this first few months of 2015, you've really turned it around. You're editing your game reviews. You're doing these edited montages. The length of your videos has increased. You're now making your raw streams live after a week. You know, all these positive improvements, and you're not arguing with people on Twitter like a jerk, and, you know, you're doing lots of positive things. That I feel good that I'm getting that, because that just inspires me to keep doing it and do better, right? I could be incredibly busy and I'm stressed, but I'm having fun doing it, and that's what it's all about. And I hope that you guys understand that I am here and I'm back. I'm looking forward to this year. I really am. I hope that we get lots of great games that we can enjoy together, because last year, I'll be honest, was really disappointing when you really looked at the games that came out. With a slight handful, maybe in the top 10 of games of the year that really were better than everything else. And I hope this year, we've had a couple flops already. We get better games. We'll have a good time together, and things turn out for the best, right? By the end of the year, we'll see how things are ongoing with Patreon. A lot of people say, wow, you know, congratulations, Phil, on your first month of Patreon support. And I'm like, well, thank you, but understand that's 1 month, and a lot of people who pledged to my Patreon did high dollar amounts for the first month because they wanted to hit these one-time perks. Now that that's done, if you've already got a t-shirt, you don't want another t-shirt. If you had a custom video made for yourself, you don't want another custom video. So you're going to lower your donation amount, right? And that's what's going to happen. I get the feeling out of the 106 people who pledged to me, anyone who had big amounts, they're going to lower those significantly for the next month. And my goal overall is to not only continue to bring you this improved content, but also to try to just get a large number of people to give a little bit. I would be incredibly happy if I could get 1,000 people to give me $1. Because you guys get shout-outs in my videos for that. That's what that perk level is. You'll get a little, you know, text shout-out in a vlog. And then people don't have to be, oh, I want Phil to keep going out, but, you know, we need a ton of people to donate a ton of money. No, that's not it. If 1% of the people who watched my video donated $1, this whole thing would work out perfectly. It's just that, you know, that's how it works. You know what I mean? Like, it has to get to that level. And I want people to understand that. I appreciate everyone who's done anything with Patreon. Even if you did the $1 level, that is incredible. It adds up and it means a lot. Just as much as someone who did a bigger amount. You know what I mean? Like, we're all working together to make this work. And I thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please keep up the positivity. Please continue to talk to me on Twitter positively about all the great stuff that's going on. I love it. I love the interactions, and I'm having so much fun this year, and I hope I can keep this going, right? A lot of people have said the past couple of years have kind of been negative. I've got almost 100% positive feedback in the year of 2015 that things are going in the right direction, and that means I'm heading in that direction. I'm staying that way, okay? That is it for a very long and hefty weekend preview. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow for more Dragon Ball. I'll see you for hopefully the best of February 2015 montage being completed, with new games this week, with ending playthroughs this week, with hopefully a review this week, with the launch of Minecraft. There's going to be so much going on. Thanks a lot. I'll see you for it then. Peace out. I got to reach my mouse so I can actually end the video. There we go.